So I've restarted the recording so that you can get one that's specifically on the Revit. And so I've downloaded the project template and I've saved it. So no, architectural template. There we go. Hope that's the one I've loaded up. This is the one we want. And you'll see that under floor plan, there's just a bunch of lines. And those are in there. And there's all these spaces that you don't have to worry about. That's for a whole nother project. And so don't even worry about those. If you want to, you can just hide them all in the view and not worry about it. So if you notice, that's pretty much the building that we've done. And so our first job is to put up walls, and we're going to do that on the floor plan view. If this view ever goes away, you accidentally clicked it and went away, you go to the view ribbon, and way over on the right is the user interface, and you get it back. That's called the project browser. And then it comes back. And that tells you all the views that you've done. And Revit works by making views of the 3D object. And there is nothing in here right now. So I'm going to go to the floor plan view and I'm going to make a floor plan. So I'm going to pretend I'm an architect and I'll put it in a wall. And I'm going to choose, you can choose any wall, but I like these 2x4 stud because that's done a lot around here. And this is essentially like clapboard. It's basically a finish that you can put anything on later on. And if we look at how it's built, I edit the type and I can look and see how it's built. And I see that there's 2 inches of some exterior stuff. There's a thermal air pocket. There's plywood. That's my finish outside. Then there's, metal stud. That should probably be changed to 2x4. I thought I had changed that. Doesn't matter. It's the right size. And then there's some vapor retardant and gypsum. Man, there's a lot of stuff on here. And when I go over, this is the wrong one. From Aroni. Should be about 5. That's okay. That won't hurt anything. So I'm going to put that on there. And I'm going to make it so that the core hits my foundation line. The core is the 2x4 stud. And if you'll notice, it's already set to be 8 feet tall. So all this stuff is here for me. And so I can just start making a wall. This is my exterior wall. And I'm just clicking. And delete all the spaces. I don't need any spaces. And if I go to my 3D view and double click the mouse wheel, it pops in and there it is. There, that's kind of cool. I'll leave it as hidden line. So back to the floor plan. Now I need to put interior walls in. And interior walls are probably down here as some sort of partition. I'll just make standard little partition walls. Wall center line. That'll be okay. I could do any of these. Won't really matter. And you'll notice they're just not as thick. Now this one will be interesting. I don't really know what I want this one to look like. But I think this is really cool. I can click this wall and I can move it up so that, that's probably how they would make it. And this would probably move over to here. And I'm having a hard time getting that to match up exact. There we go. That's pretty close. So that's probably what it looks like. And if I go back to my 3D, I go, oh, that's really cool. I'm getting it. So once you've got those in, then you get to put in doors. And do you remember that there was like a door here and I could change it? And you can put in the doors wherever you want. I don't really care. Next week, you'll get a chance to do a little bit more cool stuff with it. You'll get to change this. Now, those are just like interior doors. And if I click here, you'll notice there aren't any more. So I can load what's called a family, a new set of doors. And it should come up to this English Imperial doors, residential, interior, exterior. That's kind of cool. Those are kind of my exterior doors. Now you can go online and get like just about any kind of door that you can imagine. And you know what? I saw that there was some cool side light. I think I'm going to put one in here on either side. I think that's kind of cool. Now let's see what our 3D looks. Oh, isn't that getting groovy? If I hold the shift and the wheel down, I can spin it. So that's coming along. That's my floor plan. So now let me put this a roof plan. Now when I'm in my roof plan to put in a roof, my walls are down below so I don't see them, but I can make a roof. And what kind of a roof do I want? How about a wood rafter? 2x8 with asphalt shingle. That's pretty common. So let me do wood rafters. And it asks me for an overhang and some sort of a slope. It doesn't tell me what my slope is, but this little button way over here, and this all shows up once I say I want to make a roof. It all shows up. I can pick walls. So I'll pick that wall. Now here, maybe I want an inset, but here I want it overhung. So I'll have to do that fillet command to get those overhangs. So you can always get these things to match up corners. Now if I select all of these at once, it tells me I've got a 9 on 12. That's pretty steep. 6 on 12 is more common. Let's just see. Do I want to attach walls to the roof? Yeah, I want to attach walls to the roof. Let's see what my 3D... Look at that. Is that cool? Now realize somebody might put a soffit in here or something like that. But I'm getting a building all drawn pretty quick. So that's cool. And then in my floor plan, the last thing I would want to do as an architect is probably put in a floor. And wood joist, ceramic tile. That sounds pretty cool. And again, I can pick walls. And my only question is, yep, that did it right. The joists went downwards. That's exactly what I want. So I don't care what kind of a floor you put in there, but it's kind of cool. Now here's what's really awesome. I've got the, oh, I forgot the windows. I forgot windows. Good grief. I need windows. So here's fixed windows, but most people want to be able to open windows. So I better load some window modules. Let me go back up and look for windows. Windows. Look at all these windows. Casement double. Double hung is really like super common, right? So let me put in some double hung window. Look at all these sizes. And I can change them if I want. So 38 by 42, let's look at the type. That's 38 wide by 42 tall. So this is how wide they are. So that's kind of cool. So the first number is how wide it is. And I can change it if I want, but I like that. So I'll stick with that. And I'll just put a couple of these in here. Just for fun. Just so I have something to see. And I'm just putting windows in just so you can see something. You'll put them in according to the plan. Now this one, if that's a bathroom, that is a fixed window. Probably 24 by 24 maybe. Okay, let's see what it looks like now. Look at that. Now I've got a real building going on. Now I can put in that porch right here. Isn't that cool? Look at this. From the floor plan, I can either put in a slab or a floor. Like I could put in a slab, but most people just put in some sort of a floor right there. And so I can put in a 12-inch generic floor, and I can just make it one there. And let's see how it looks now. Look at that. Doesn't that look an awful lot like what our drawing was supposed to be? So now I can play, next week, if you do this, you'll get to really put some stuff, some, maybe a ramp for ADA or some railings or some cool stuff on the outside or the inside. You'll really have a chance to play with it. So that's it. Now look, you've got a cover page. My floor plan showed up. The problem is I don't have any dimensions. So now you'll go back and put dimensions as you were shown how to do. So, for instance, I think there was like from the wall to the door. Now, here's one weird thing. See how it doesn't go to the outside right here? You have to click this little button. Come on, go to the outside. I don't know why that's not hitting the outside there. There it goes. So you can just come up here and go to annotate, do the aligned. That's the one that actually works. And then if it looks funny, you can click on it and drag it out. Isn't that cool? It just gives you so much capabilities. So you'll go through, once you've made the model is going to take you a few minutes. And then you get to go in and do this stuff. Okay? That'll be your floor plan. Next week, you get to do interior design. There's a lot of interior design that you can do. There's tons of furniture you can put in and things like that. The reason we like this is if I go into my views, I can get cool camera views that look at it. There's one. Let me put in another cool camera view from the inside. There's another. And there's lots you can do. You can even do a walkthrough. So you can really show what things look like. Another thing you can do, and I'll show you this more next week, you can do section views. So you can see what it looks like. Isn't this the coolest thing? So tons of stuff just happen when and come available for you when you do this. Cool. So that's how this all sort of works, and how you can make this happen. We don't have a foundation shown, which is why this all looks a little funny. Normally there would be a stem wall and some foundation and some dirt, but it's okay. It'll be kind of cool. So there we go. That's what you should know about Revit and how you do that one in Revit. Okay, so there's that one.